You want to save money? Well, this video is sponsored by Honey, one of the best browser extensions to save money at checkout for over 30,000 sites. The link will be down below. Are you looking to build the best PC on a budget but don't know where to start? Well, you came to the right video. What's up guys, ProdiJay here, and here's the ultimate $500 PC of 2019. And just for a disclaimer, I did not own all these items, but instead I made sure to research every single item and look at the benchmarks for them, and I will not be including the cost of Windows as this video is dedicated to the parts of the build. Now starting off, we're going to be needing a good budget CPU that will give us nice performance in games and be good for productivity, which is why for this build I picked up the AMD Ryzen 5 1600 going for about $115. And don't underestimate this Ryzen CPU because although the base clock is 3.2 GHz, it has the max precision boost of 3.6 GHz, which even still can be overclocked fairly well with the stock cooler, even reaching 4 GHz. But regardless, this CPU has a lot of value as it has 6 cores and 12 threads, which is quite good for productivity. Now, the main reason why I chose an AMD CPU instead of an Intel CPU is because they're cheaper than Intel, and the CPU's cores are taken advantage of when doing gaming, video editing, or just anything productivity wise. And when it comes to CPUs, the Ryzen 5 1600 has one of the best price to performance ratios. So overall, if you're the person that wants to play games with good performance, or if you want to make YouTube videos or anything productivity wise, this Ryzen CPU is the one for you. And now moving on to the graphics card, which we're going to want one that's going to allow the PC to play most modern games at a good performance, but at the same time find one that can fit our budget, which is why I picked out an 8GB RX 570 going for about $150. And with a base clock of 1286 MHz with lots of room to overclock, this GPU is going to be able to deliver 60 FPS for most games at the minimum. Also, when I was looking for a graphics card for this build, I saw that there was quite a lot of 4GB versions of this card, but I was able to budget manage the build so we can get the 8GB version instead, because 8GB allows for more of the VRAM to be utilized for higher graphics in games. So since we'll be getting well over 60 FPS in games, we might as well play them looking nice. In the end, if you combine both the GPU with the Ryzen CPU, you'll be able to play most modern games at 1080p at 60 FPS quite smoothly. Next up, we're going to be needing a solid motherboard for this build, which is why I decided to pick out the ASRock B450M Micro ATX motherboard coming in at $65. Now, there isn't much to say about this motherboard aside from that it has an AM4 socket type, so you do have the option to upgrade to a better Ryzen CPU in the future. Also, I am happy to let you guys know that this motherboard does not need a BIOS update, as I have done research and saw that some motherboards require a flash update when using a Ryzen CPU, so there really isn't no need to worry about that. Also, before I move on to the next part in the build, I will note that this motherboard only comes with 2 RAM slots, so if you wanted to upgrade your RAM in the future to possibly 4 RAM sticks instead, you would have to buy a different AM4 motherboard, but I will be leaving better alternative parts in the description down below if you guys want to make this PC build slightly better. But overall, there isn't too much to say about this motherboard as it does come with most of the socket inputs that you'll be wanting to use, and in the end, it'll fit all our needs for this build. Moving on, we're going to be needing some memory, which is why I picked out 8GB of DDR4 RAM clocked at 2666 MHz from Patriot coming in at $40. And this is a pretty good deal considering that most DDR4 RAM sticks are more expensive than this, and also you'll be able to dual channel with the 2 sticks of 4GB of RAM, allowing the PC to work faster. And this is necessary as Ryzen CPUs need a good amount of RAM to perform efficiently, which I would say that the minimum you would ever want to go when building a Ryzen CPU build is 8GB of RAM clocked at 2400 MHz, which of course you would want 2 sticks of 4GB of RAM to dual channel. But for this RAM, I think it's a nice sweet spot because it's not 2400 MHz, but also it's not 3000 MHz, but this RAM will still perform quite well, especially when it comes to opening up programs in games like Adobe Premiere or Minecraft for example. Next up, we're going to be needing some storage because you're probably going to be wanting to play some games, download programs like Discord, or even possibly make some YouTube videos, which will require a lot of storage, which is why I chose the Western Digital Blue 1TB hard drive coming in at $45. Now, this hard drive is going to have all the storage that you need for installing games or saving videos that you want to render, because if you guys can't tell, 1000 GB is a lot of storage, and it's probably more than enough storage that you'll need. But that's the good thing about it, because you won't need to worry about having to upgrade your storage for a very long time. But if you got extra money, I would highly recommend also getting an SSD and putting your Windows on there, because an SSD has the awesome benefit of loading your programs faster. So if you're interested in getting an SSD, I will make sure to include some options down below. Now, getting near the end, we're going to be needing a power supply to power up our PC, which is why I decided to pick out a Thermaltake 500 to a power supply going for $45. And what I like about this power supply is that this is more than enough to power up the build, as the most amount of power the PC will need is about 300 watts, so you'll be more than fine with 500 watts. And also this gives us room for upgrades in the future, like if you wanted to upgrade the graphics card for example. And for more reassurance, you get a 5-year warranty on the power supply if something actually does happen to it, but I think you guys will be fine as this power supply is 80+ certified. And then finally, for our last part, we're going to be needing a decent case for our PC, because as you all know, all of our parts are going to be stored inside of it and we want our PC to look and stay cool while using it, which is why I picked out a micro ATX tower case from Cooler Master called the Masterbox Q300L, coming in at $45. Now, one of the main reasons I chose this case is because you're able to see the interior of it from the acrylic side panel, which is going to be pretty cool to look at once you fully built the PC. And overall, this case is quite good as it offers room in the back for cable management, it has great airflow from the open design, and this case can hold up to 6 fans if you plan on buying more. But in the end, the main key to making a good budget PC is using a budget case, because although you could spend a crap ton of money for a dope expensive RGB case, it would be better money spent if you manage your money wisely for one, as this would allow you to spend more money on better parts like a better graphics card or CPU, which you guys could even look at using some other case that's cheaper than this one if you so please. And now if we add up the prices from all these parts, it's gonna total to about $505 before tax, and trust me, $5 more than $500 is really not a big deal, especially when you're spending that much. But looking back through all these parts, you're gonna have possibly one of the best budget PCs that'll provide you nice performance at 1080p, getting about 60 FPS at the minimum for most games while playing on high settings. And if you want to see a general idea of how this PC performs, I'll make sure to link down below some benchmark tests of PCs with similar specs. But in the end guys, the best part about this PC setup is that there's always going to be room to upgrade certain parts and add more to the setup. And before I end off the video, I do want to mention that since the PC parts are from Amazon, the prices are always subject to change and certain products may run low on stock depending on the time and date. So I would recommend getting whatever items you want as fast as possible before the prices or stock changes for the worst. But in the end, this is a budget video, so that means that we gotta save money, and there's no better way to save money than using Honey, which is today's sponsor. Honey is a free browser extension that automatically finds and applies coupon codes at checkout for over 30,000 shopping sites, and these sites range from Amazon, Target, Best Buy, and way more. And this extension is completely free and only takes 2 to 3 clicks to install into your browser. So if you're looking to save more money while shopping for PC parts, you can download Honey using the link down below. But I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If so, drop a like and subscribe if you want me to make more videos like this. Also, if you guys can, come join my Discord and link down below, as I do love talking to my fans, which after every video I always hang out on my Discord talking to everyone and at the same time respond to all of my comments. And also, I thought about this for a while and decided that I'm going to start doing channel reviews on Twitter. So if you want some advice or help with your channel, just follow me on Twitter and send me a DM about what you need help with and I'll try my best to help you out. But if you don't want a channel review, you should still follow me, as I do post updates on my videos and stuff. But anyways guys, thanks for watching and be sure to have notifications on so you won't miss any of my videos. My name's ProdiJay, and as always, stay classy.